say I
Right, everybody. Actually, before I start, let me just turn off the voice chat, then we can get started properly. Give me 2 seconds. Right, we're all sorted. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome for the FRL F123 here on the Tuesday then, and it is Cota, the USA 20 drivers full grid here for the Grand Prix qualifying. Obviously, first I've missed a lot of it because of technical difficulties with the stream at the start, but we are ready to go racing and ready to get on with this this evening here today then. 20 drivers, and my first time commentating on this league, which means it's going to be a bit hard for me to get in the swing of the new drivers and getting used to the names even, but hopefully I can get on with that pretty soon. And you know what, something that I normally do when I start in a league is go down the names on the side. We'll go with it is F Rose then in P1. We'll go Mitchie second. It is Bran, and then Sausage Joe. Major is Bota Marco, Marcel, Josh, Bids, Tyrant, Finn, William, Talbot. It is Intensity, Paddy, is it Cryplex? Creeplex? I'll say Cryplex. And then we've got Alfie, Big Balls, Mike, Jammy JJ, who has just helped me earlier on with the stream, and then Joel Mollers at the back at the moment, the two Mercedes down in 19 and 20, and on the outlaps as well. Brown with a 5-place grid penalty then for a collision with Paddy here in qualifying, but your quickest man on the board so far is Mr. Rose then in the Red Bull car. And I'm just going to quickly check that everything is still working for the way it should be, and it is looking to be that way. We are live on the FRL Formula Racing League TV YouTube, Jack Crossley Comms YouTube, and the Jack Crossley Comms Twitch channel as well. We have 3 sources here today to cover this action for you, which you can watch on any single one of them. But here for qualifying, only a few seconds to go, and everybody trying to put in their last few laps on the board here today. And quickest, obviously, like I mentioned, Rose then with Mitchie in second, Bran in third, then Sausage Joe 4, who is just starting a flying lap now, Marco in P6, and very marginally down on that lap, just through the first sector so far, but still got a long way to go in that lap. Tyrant 2 seconds quicker on his previous lap around. Finn is marginally quicker in the first sector. We'll see if there's anybody else that we can spectate a bit closer up towards the end of their lap, which one of them would not be Paddy because he's going incredibly slow. Joel Mollers, fastest in the first sector during the end of qualifying. This will be his final lap of quali here today, and we'll see if he can go ahead and make it count then here in the USA. But it is Rose who has just crossed the line and to start their final flying lap. Mitchie Crosses the line, Brand just makes it as well to go for one more flying lap, and everybody out on laps then here in quali, with Sausage Joe improving in the second sector, I believe. Yes, it is an improvement by a marginal amount, but it is just a little bit quicker than his previous middle sector, as we see Sausage Joe come round now and soon to cross the line. It is Cryplex then to end in P13 as he crosses the line here in quali, but it is Sausage Joe who has got a Haas up ahead of him, and we'll see where the Haas can place himself. It might be Finn. It is Finn over the line, and over the line for him. He gets P10 at the end of qualifying. Sausage Joe to P4. It is marginally quicker on that lap around, and his teammate follows up and gets P8 on timing boards at the moment. But now as we head towards the end of this lap and the end of qualifying as well, Joe Mollers then from the back to first, and it is Mr. Joe Mollers even to take the top position from Rose at the end of qualifying, and on for provisional pole. Marcel retired from the session then at the end of qualifying. Rose will not be able to improve. Mitchie P3 at the moment, and we'll see if he can get an improvement in on the board. His teammate just up ahead of him, and maybe you can provide him with a bit of a slipstream, bit of a tow heading up towards the final corner now, and over the line pretty soon at the end of this session. Mitch then over the line, and it is a small improvement, quickest in the middle set, last sector even, and P3 he takes. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of qualifying, it is Mr. Joe Mollers then to take pole position here in Cota. Love to see that. Cota Marco with a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking, which isn't going to be nice in their race, and he will start down in 7, so it'll be P12 starting the Grand Prix. Finish results then for the Texas Grand Prix. It is qualifying session, and Joe Mollers at the end of qualifying takes pole position then in the Mercedes from the Red Bull of Rose in P2. Then that is your front row of Joel and Rose. Second row, Mitchie and Brand, then the two British drivers on the second row, Josh Rose and Sausage Joe to take the third row. Then it is Bota Marco 7 and Major Castleman taking 8 for the fourth row. And then Intensity and Bids round off the top 10 and also take the fifth row of the grid. Moving down the order then is Tyrant King, P11, William Talbot 12, Marcel 13, then comes Finn the Brit in 14, followed by the other Brit of Alfie Hudson in 15, then Kyplax 16, Paddy 17, Jamie 18. I did not get to see the rest of them. There's two more drivers. And ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Prix is up next. Now, as I'm new to the league, I'm not too sure if there's a break in between qualifying and race, but we'll have to just see. I've got absolutely no idea, but that's something I will find out over the time that I do comms here. But let's have a look. We are in the USA, Austin. It is round 4 then, obviously on the 19th of March. Next race we go to is Austria, Spielberg, 26th of March for the 5th round of this season. 12-round calendar, 12-race season for season 11 then here on the Tuesday. And this is tier 1 as well. 2 tiers that race. And I've just realised today is a sprint, I believe. Is it a sprint? It's looking that way. I've just looked on the calendar and it says it's a sprint, but we'll have to just see. My bad, we've got a sprint race, everybody. I did not even pick up on that. Sprint race then incoming for this this Grand Prix and this weekend. It's going to be lovely to see that. More racing action in the sprints. Everybody tends to push it a little bit harder in these races, which is going to be exciting to see. And as we now do get to see it, everybody, it is 5 lights down here for the sprint race of FRL, and it's lights out and away we go then. 10 laps of racing, and Joel with a lovely start of the line, taking the lead into turn 1 still, but Rose trying to fight him around the outside. Can Joel Mollers try and master this into turn 1? He's still got the lead, but he's got a lot of pressure pushing on from behind. Big carnage behind as well. Also, lots and lots of crashes at the back, and everybody dropping down the order down at the back. I think it was Paddy that went round, and now back on track. Oh, into the barriers as well. The Haas and the Alpine, not the Alpine, the Alpha Tauri into the barriers of Bosa Marco, and that is him out of the Grand Prix, the sprint race even. That is the end of that one for him, and Joel Mollers still leading the sprint at the start of that one. The first lap out of 10. And big carnage at the start. I believe that is a VSC. Yes, it is. And in my Jack Crossley comms chat, we have Mr. Yala Boy in there. Oh, Jack's back in the... Oh, it's Ash Barker even as well. Ash Barker and Yala Boy. It is Jack's back in the game. Heck yeah. It's good to see you all. It's good to be back. And hopefully you can stick around for the race today. I have not commentated for a good while. I did the... Which one did I do? I did the GFR the other week, and that was the only one that I did for about, I don't know, 2 weeks. So it does feel very good to be back, and it's any chance you can comms on the ZR title decider. I'll see what I can do, mate. That's gonna be very exciting. You need to fill me in on that. I'm not really too sure what's going on, but if you've got time to stick around in the chat, definitely speak to me about that, and I'll sit and talk to you about that. You versus AJ. Everybody, we are racing again then. The VSC goes away, and Joel to lead them away from Rose, who was looking for pole position earlier on and got it snatched away by Joel at the very end of qualifying. But here in the sprint race, Brand and Intensity having a battle as well, going into turn 1, and Josh Rose out of the session in the pit lane, as we now see Intensity with a lovely drive even behind Brand, and can he try and get the move done and dusted? Very iffy on the exit there, and drops down just a little bit through them corners there. But Brand has also got William Talbot up ahead of him, and William's got Bids. Then Bids has got Sausage up ahead, and we'll see who will strike first. We see Rose looking for that move down the inside of Joel Mollers into turn 1. As we, that is not turn 1 at all. It just shows how long I've been out of it. As we now see Rose looking for the move down the back straight now, and he's gaining. He looks to move down the inside. It is Rose claiming that P1 position. Can he do it? Looking down the inside, then the Red Bull on the Mercedes, and who can come out ahead of this one? Rose looking for that position here. Can he get through? The Mercedes with the inside line. The Mercedes stays ahead for now, but now the inside line of the Red Bull, who can now position his car just in the right position to get ahead for now, but the Mercedes is not having any of it, and is back ahead then through here around the right hand side, now coming round to the end of this lap here in Cota, and Joel Mollers with a lovely defense then from Rose just there, and staying ahead of the opposition to maintain that race lead then. Going on to lap 3 out of 10 of the sprint race, and Joel leading from Rose, from Major Castleman, then Sausage Joe, Bids, William Talbot, Bran, Alfie, Finn, Mike, Intensity, Marcel, as we now go back up to the front, and then there is big carnage. You go more overtakes, sorry, Sausage Go going through past Bids apparently, as we now see a 3 wide up ahead, and it is Major, Rose, Joel Mollers then all together going through here, and we'll see if we can get that overtake done and dusted pretty soon on the 3rd lap out of 10 here in Cota. It's getting close. Oh, over the hill we go. That is always a lovely camera angle to sit and watch, as we will try and see if there's any overtakes that will happen pretty soon. Down below, Bran and William Talbot having a bit of a scrap as well. William not with a good exit out of that corner, but can he try and make it back up on Bran now, the Ferrari driver who has the DRS for good measure, as Rose takes the lead of the sprint race then here in Cota, and Rose is the leader of this this sprint here today. Joel second then, he gets demoted down to P2, Major in P3, and pushing on to try and overtake once again. What a start for the sprint race. I know we had 2 drivers out, but apart from that, it has been absolutely brilliant racing so far. And 7 more laps to go, coming around to make it 6 more laps to go of this sprint race then. In the USA, just driving at the back is Mr. Big Balls, then P18 with Jeremy JJ 17 as well. And he's trying to chase him down. We'll see what comes out of that one the next few laps. And now we see the McLaren getting a bit iffy there, trying to go down the inside of the Alpine. If you can make it work, that'll be brave. It's side by side out of the last corner, and we see Mitchie, who is cooking then out of there and takes P15 quite rightfully. Can Tyrant try and fight him back? No, he cannot. And Paddy takes the lead of that one just there. Lovely battling we are witnessing so far. Kryplax even on behind that intensity, and will he be able to get the overtake done? He's getting really, really close, and it's just about picking the right lines then and trying to not make any mistakes through these corners for Kryplax. He cannot afford to make a single mistake. Through here he goes, and now down towards the back straight pretty soon. We've seen a lot of overtakes on there already. Can Kryplax be the next driver to make that do so, or even down the inside here? No, he doesn't. He stays back on the 4th lap out of 10 as we now do go onto the back straight. And Kryplax even is going to try and gain on intensity, but intensity does not pick up the DRS. This is exactly what Kryplax has wanted, as he now gaining and gaining and gaining into this corner here, and down the inside he'll send it the Williams car of Kryplax with a lovely move down the inside. Can the Red Bull try and fight him back? We've seen a lot of good defense around here earlier on from the front runners, but it's Kryplax who drops back to P11. Alfie with the 3 seconds harmony. I do apologise for the silence sometimes if I'm not here. It's because obviously I've been ill past few weeks and my voice is not always up to scratch, and commentating can absolutely kill my throat. So I'm probably having a coughing fit if I'm not talking. Right then. Finn and Mike, we're missing a lovely battle going on at the back here then. Midfield even, it is Mike Hudson and Finn at the moment. Mike trying to gain on the Haas, and it is the AlphaTauri of Mike who's got Alfie Hudson just behind him. Kryplax, Alfie's teammate, is actually gaining then at the moment. Yeah, commentating kills your voice. It absolutely does, mate. Especially when you've been ill and then you're trying to recover from it. It's even worse. But if you go back onto the front, we're missing it again. It is Rose and Joel Mollers who are going at it once again. And behind as well, Major Castleman trying to get in on the action. But on lap 5 out of 10, Rose is taking the lead of this sprint race. And now still maintaining it. Joel couldn't do anything out of there. And it is the Red Bull that takes the lead of the sprint then here in Cota. Can Joel try and fight back? He's getting closer and closer. But as we go around the penultimate corner, Rose is looking to stay ahead then, going on to the 6th lap out of 10. Yo, what on earth is that message that they got that guy put in my chat? I have no idea. Your top 3 then is Rose, Joel Mollers and Castleman. We love to see it behind as well. Battles may going ahead even. It is Jammy JJ down in P18, but looking for the move on Big Balls, and we'll see if he can try and get his way through the McLaren. Gone round then. It is Mitchie who hasn't cooked and dropped down to P18 now at the back of the grid. Rose and Joel Mollers having a scrap again, and I think Joel Mollers was looking to get through again, but at the moment has to drop back from Rose. Now this is where we see their battles take place once again. It is Joel for the move down the inside and looking for that move. Has he done it? Mollers trying to get ahead of Rose, and now as he has got the inside line then the Mercedes has even on the Red Bull. He's up and ahead for now. Can the Red Bull try and get the inside line through here? No, he's not. He's too far back, and it is Mollers that manages to stay ahead. As Talbot and Finn at the moment are having a scrap as well, and William Talbot just gets up and ahead for now, but now the Haas down the inside is the man taking the lead of that battle there, and Finn P7, he's got the McLaren behind him, and then Mike as well trying to join in on the action. just behind that as well, as we go on to the 7th lap now, out of 10 in the sprint race. And also Joel Mollers is the man leading from Rose even, who did get ahead. And down below as well, it is Talbot and Finn now into turn 1. It is Finn down the inside of Neffield. That is another guy out of another league I commentate on, of William Talbot. And now Finn trying to get the move back again. It's back and forth scrapping between these guys. But it is looking like William Talbot comes out ahead from there. Mitchie retired from the session in the pit lane, retired from the sprint race, and it is Mitchie starting P18 for the Grand Prix, Josh Rose starting 19, and Marco starting 20 for the race coming up just next. Three abreast nearly into there. Oh my days. Williams down the inside the Haas. It is the other Williams as well. Williams sandwich on the Haas car there. That was absolutely lovely to see. And Finn trying to get ahead. He's on the outside line there. The Williams on the inside as well. Can Finn do anything to try and get ahead here? Oh, scrapping away. Paddy and Alfie Hudson as well in P11 and P12, who are having a lovely scrap as we go round soon to start the 8th lap out of 10. And also, to nearly conclude the sprint race, it has been incredibly quick for the sprint here today. And very nearly at the end of it, but obviously the Grand Prix just after that, and we've got a long and lovely race to watch. This track is awesome, y'all says. It absolutely is. As we now see into turn 1, battles and battles and battles keep going on. But we'll go back to the battle up ahead and see if anything has changed between these guys, Mollers and Rose in P1 and P2. The battle for P1 involving about 3 or 4 cars there. Never mind, 5 cars. Oh my god, 6. Bids is out on the scene as well. And it is a lovely, lovely scrap. We've got ahead. It is Brown with a horrible Lex out of there as well. But Cryplex with a 3-second time penalty for multiple track warnings here in the sprint. But now as we head round onto the back straight, we've got 6 drivers, 6 opportunities. We'll see what kind of overtakes we can get down into this tournament. And absolutely nothing comes of it, which is surprising. Saying there's 6 drivers there, but it is Finn and Talbot to having a scrap as well. Finn up ahead, now trying down the inside is the McLaren. And it is cars gone around, the Haas has gone around, the McLaren go for William Talbot going around as well. But Finn got the better end of the stick there, and he comes out ahead to take P9, then he's dropping down, but he didn't go around as much as the other guy did of William Talbot. As Talbot now picks up a 3-second time penalty in the process. It is horrible stuff for him so far, dropping back and now picking up time penalties. As we go on to lap 9 out of 10 as we go into turn 1 as well. And it is Mollers, then from Rose, from Castleman, Sausage Joe, Bran and Bids. The top 6 have not changed just yet, and then Mike is in the middle of it in P7. Not really close to anybody, and then behind that comes the rest of the pack. But lap 9 out of 10 then, and it is intensity with a 3-second time penalty for that one just there. Not sure what he got it for, but I'm pretty sure it's just for many, many warnings in the sprint here today as we go round pretty soon. As we go round, obviously, head over the second sector and then start the final lap of this sprint race. We're on the penultimate. Final comes up next, and lovely battle at the moment. It is Cryplex, Marcel, Tyrant King, Big Balls as well, and all of these drivers having a scrap at the moment. But coming out ahead is Marcel. Cryplex with the outside line, but can Marcel try and stick it down the inside to stay ahead? Yes, he can. For now on his rival there of Cryplex, and he is up and ahead to take P11 in this sprint race. Oh, he's gone round the commentator's curse. And Marcel is out of that battle there and dropping down to 16. He's had the William Talbot curse as well, and he's gone around to the back of the grid. How unfortunate is that then, as the Top Gunners now start the final lap of this race. Now, it is really foot to the floor for everybody towards the end of this race. Lap 10 out of 10 of the sprint race. And Joel Mollers then has got Rosé behind him. Sausage Joe P3, Major P4, but into this corner here, Joel Mollers managed to stay ahead of Rosé. That is usually the significant corner where it would normally have the overtake happening and done and dusted through around here. And it is not been done and dusted at all. Mollers may be on for that sprint win. This is the battle for P1 and for the start of the Grand Prix that is up next. But everybody, as we go into the penultimate corner, Rosé couldn't do anything to stop the man of Mollers then around the final corner. Mollers then towards the line here in the USA takes the win then for the sprint race from Rosé in second. Sausage Joe even takes P3. Then it takes P4 from Castleman. It is Bran in P5, Bids P6. Mike 7 then with Finn up towards the final corner and over the line now picking P8. Paddy P9, Alfie Hudson 10. It is Big Balls P11. Jammy JJ P13 with penalties. Tyrant 13. So it's 12 even. Garyplex 14. Intensity 15. Marcel 16 and William Talbot will round off the grid and take P17 at the end of that one. Ladies and gentlemen, finish results then for the sprint race here in Cota. It is Joel Mollers taking the win then from Rosé, then from Sausage Joe, Major Castleman, Bran, Bids, Mike, Finn, Paddy and Alfie Hudson to round off the top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is the Grand Prix and we will be back with you in a few moments' time. See you then.
Calling to say I
Gentlemen, It is 5 lights, and it is lights out, and away we go then here for the Grand Prix. Joel Mollers obviously came first in the sprint race. Will lead them away here for the Grand Prix into turn 1. Then behind him, Sausage Joe and Rose having a scrap. Into turn 1 can Rose try and hold that lead. We'll see as Sausage Joe putting on a lovely pressure then from behind at the moment. But it is Joel Mollers still making to maintain the lead even from Rose, then from Sausage Joe, from Bits, from Castleman, then from Finn, Mike's in 7, then Paddy in 8, Alfie 9, and Bran taking P10 down. It is Jamie JJ P13 and Cryplax in 14 having a scrap. Look at these drivers at the back. Oh my god, lovely scrapping, but it is someone gone round there. It is bound to happen as Marcel down in P20, then dropping back to the back of the grid and the back of the order. 28 laps ahead of us. We've already had 10 in the sprint race, and that went very quick. So now we can do another 28. 38 laps completely in this weekend as we now see Rose taking the lead then from Joel Mollers. And how long will that last for? Going absolutely tooth and nail then here with Joel Mollers, and Rose just has to drop back for now, but he's also got Sausage Joe on his rear end and very close to him, looking for that move pretty soon. As Mollers goes quickest from everybody, and he's still leading into turn 1 now. Rose second. Sausage Joe trying to put the pressure on again, looking for the move around the outside now of Rose, but still no move to open up for him just as of yet on the second lap, as we now go back down even to Cryplex and Jamie JJ as we see this battle unfold from them. Cryplex on big balls, then P12 and P13. Can he get a move done and dusted on the second lap out of 28? Rose taking the lead then of the Grand Prix from Joel in second. Sausage Joe taking P3 so far, as we now see him trying to get out the inside as well of Joel Mollers. Will Mollers lose 2 positions in a few corners? He might well do, but he doesn't just for now and stays in P2, and Sausage Joe can't do anything to stop that from happening so far. And he couldn't also get through, but Joel Mollers couldn't do anything about Rose also getting through to take the lead of the Grand Prix here on the third lap out of 28, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Red Bull now leading into turn 1. A bit of a switch up as now, oh my god, down the inside, sending it then of Mollers on Rose. Can he try and get through? Trying his very hardest here, but it is Rose's line, and Rose up and ahead to take P1 once again through the first few corners. But this battle is far from over yet. Down into the back straight we go. And normally an overtake we see through here is Mollers close enough. Yes, he is. Down the inside of the mediums against the hard compound tyres. And Mollers just getting through for now past the Red Bull. Can he clear him? Yes, he can. Through there, and here's Mollers taking the lead of the race, but going through here, it is the Red Bull that will claim the inside line. The Red Bull is up then, through past him on this corner, and also taking the lead once again of the Grand Prix. Oh my god, taking the lead once again then, off of Rose, off of Joel Mollers even, and Rose taking the lead for now. Can Mollers try and fight back now, going off wide, off the track and going around now to start the fourth lap out of 28, 24 to go after this one. Down below, Bran, Mike, Paddy, Tyrant, Big Balls, and Croplax down at the back, and also Bran and Finn as well having a bit of a scrap. Will we see more of an overtake so far? But safety car is deployed, everybody. I'm not too sure why, but the safety car is out. Safety car deployed on the 4th lap out of 28, everybody. And we've had qualifying the sprint race now. We're in the Grand Prix with a safety car. Marcel with the drive-through penalty under safety car. But into the pit lane goes Mollers then as Rose stays out, which is good to see. Now we've got a bit of a mix in the grid. Rose stays out, Bit stays out, Sausage Joe out, Alfie out, Finn, Mike, Paddy, Tyrant, Cryplax, Marco, Intensity, Rose, Jammy JJ, all staying out of the pit lane, everybody. Still though, lap 5 out of 28 under the safety car, everybody. And Rose will be the man leading them away when we get racing again. Obviously, the front runners of Mollers and everybody else did go into the pit lane, which is very, very good to see, because now you have a mix-up of the order, which is very nice. And hopefully we can get some good racing coming just next. All of this does mean, though, that the people that pitted have got a long way to catch up. They'll be on fresher tyres, though, don't remember. Don't forget even. So we'll have to just see what they can do once the safety car gets restarted once again. Ladies and gentlemen, then the safety car will come in at the end of this lap then. It is time to go racing again here in Cota. As this time around, it'll be Rose to lead us away. And on the 6th lap out of 28, we'll get racing on the 7th. It is time to go racing again. Here we go. As we now look up to the front runners of Rose, Bids, Sausage Joe, and Alfie Hudson, Finn, Mike, Paddy, Tyrant, and Rose pounces now. We go racing again then here in Cota, and on the 7th lap out of 28. 21 laps to go here in Cota. Rose into turn 1, and lovely little start from him so far. Trying down the inside is Finn on, Mike on Finn at the moment. Finn just up and ahead out of that one and taking P5 quite rightfully for now, but can Mike try and fight back? We'll just have to see what he can go ahead and do. Bran and Mitchie 16 and 17, Joel and Jamie 12 and 13, then the two Mercedes coming 12 and 13 of Joel Mollers and Jamie JJ. It is Mollers that went into the pit lane, and oh my god, on the softs, look at the moves he's making up there, taking to P11 there and getting through past intensity. He is really bringing up the intensity then in this Grand Prix, because Mollers is flying after this safety car restart, and we're going to, we're going to stay on board for him for a little while and see if he can get some more of his takes done and dusted. Mollers on the Haas then, down the inside of Josh Rose, the two J's of Joel and Josh, and Joel Mollers gets through to P10, and he is on the charge, quickest in the second sector as well. He was quickest in the first, and probably on for the fastest lap of this race as well. He is going quick in this Grand Prix. Oh, Mollers then getting on Krypalax and looking for the move down the inside even. And that is the lucky charm there. Getting through to P9. And Mollers making those positions up, making it look easy. Overtaking everybody that passes him. And now trying back again down the outside there is Mr. Krypalax on the medium compound tyres. But they do not do anything towards Mollers' soft compound there. Number 19, the Mercedes. And he is absolutely flying then in this race. Next up on his hit list is Tyrant King 07 in P8, and maybe not P8 so long because Joel is already trying to force his car down the inside there, but he does pull away. Tyrant does, and for now Joel can't get through, but he looks for the move now as we go onto the back straight. And I thought he might make the move down there then, but he didn't, and he stayed back for now. Sausage Joe taking P2. Can Joel take P8? I think he might be able to do. Yes, he does. Down the inside of the Alpine, nearly getting 2 there as well, down into that corner there. Can he clear Tyrant? Yes, he can, and takes P8 in this session. Lovely stuff then of Joel Mollers taking P8 and on the charge back up to the top. You've got to remember the guys up ahead have still got a pit, and Mollers is making those positions up. They're dropping like flies at the moment, and oh my god, maybe that was just the best play for Mollers to pit under the safety car, because look at what is going on after this. Somebody's gone round in this. Krypalax P18 now, dropping back. DRS has enabled and we're ready to go racing properly with the DRS flaps wide open now as we go up to turn 1, and Joel Mollers gaining on Mike. Now looking for the move down the inside of the AlphaTauri, and that is an easy move then, overtaking him to take P6 through there. Next up on his list to overtake is the Haas of Finn, and that is absolutely nothing. Alfie as well, clearing both of them. Double O. Oh, he's gone round and he gets hit. Joel Mollers off the track even to P13, and it was too good to be true then. It was too good to be true. Him overtaking everybody. He gets dropped down, and that is going to ruin his race. Finn in moving away, it's P5 then with a 3-second time penalty just there. But that has really messed it up for Joel, because he was on the charge, and now all of the progress he made, he's got to do it all again on older tyres. P4 and P5 then of Finn and Mike. Having a scrap. These guys having a lovely little battle at the minute as Mike up and ahead, P4. Now Finn taking the lead of that battle there, taking P4 and Mike dropping down to P5. Alfie in the mix as well, but Finn up into P4 now, dropping back in the battle, scrapping back and forth then as the AlphaTauri of Mike gets the move back again and takes P4 out of there. William Talbot as well and Jamie JJ having a scrap at the back. P16 and P17 for them too. Brian and Tyreek King, P10, 11, then Joel Mullers and Intensity 12 and 13. William Talbot and Jamie JJ having a scrap as well, and off the track there goes Talbot from JJ. Right then, lap 10 out of 28. And the battle unfolding here from Tyrant King and Marco, P12 and 13 even. As down the inside there, the Alpine getting through to take P12 on that battle there and overtaking into the final corner. Now going for it again, it is Marco looking to move down the inside of the Alpine to fight back at him. And can he go ahead and do it? Yes, he can into turn 1. And it is Marco taking P12 out of there. Sausage Joe with a 3-second time penalty as well. But the battle keeps unfolding from behind. Jamie JJ and William as well. Mr. Talbot, it is 3 wide through here in the Red Bull. Just up and ahead then. And oh my God, the Mercedes getting it from the exit there as well. And he drops down to P17 out of that one. Jamie trying to fight back down the inside into the back straight, and P16 he takes then going down the inside. Lovely move from him, and up ahead as well Bray, Josh and Paddy. As now down the inside the Mercedes of Joel Mullers with a lovely comeback story for him so far. P9 he takes, and can he try and overtake anybody else? He's got Bran ahead of him and the Ferrari of Paddy in P11 as well. But Joel is making a lovely comeback so far as we head around to start lap 13 of lap 12 out of 28, and Joel Mullers then with Bran ahead of him. It is side by side with Bran and Alfie Hudson. Can Joel try and get a piece of this one as well? Down the inside he gets one of them. Can he get two? No, he cannot, but he just clear one of Alfie Hudson and takes P8 out of that battle there. Lovely overtake. Intensity with a 3-second time penalty, as on the 12th lap out of 28. We've had 10 laps at the sprint race before, 12 laps now and a few more to go. Major then gaining on the Haas and looking to move down the inside to take P5 and overtaking him, and Finn dropping down to P6 then on that time around just there. Tyrant, William Talbot, Jamie JJ as well. It is the Mercedes of Jamie P15 and overtaking to take P15. Then behind as well, William with an iffy exit out of there, dropping down to P17. And it is Tyrant just up to 16, overtaking quite rightfully through that corner there. But it is Mitchie down in P19 and having a horrible race so far. Far away from everybody and nothing going on for him at the moment. It's not very bright down at the back for Mitch. Pit stops coming in though. Joel Mollers into the pit lane again, everybody. P17, he was on the softs, probably swapping onto the mediums now. And going to try to sweat, no, mind the hards, trying to stretch them to the end of the race, and they have no problem doing that at all. But 3 abreast then going through here. Tyrant, William and Marcel. Marcel clearing 1. Can Marcel clear 2? He doesn't actually clear because now the McLaren gets back in the head through, but Marcel taking P15. Down the inside then from Marcel on Tyrant King. It is P14 taking from him now. William Talbot as well. Talbot trying to get down the inside of the Alpine. But side by side through here, and now the inside line from the Alpine. The Mercedes in the background as well, trying to take the inside through there. And I thought he was going to get the overtake done on that guy there, but he did actually. And now can he try and take 2 going around the loop here to the right-hand side? The Mercedes is on the charge of Joel Mollers. And around the outside there, gets the McLaren and gets the car of Tyrant King as well. That 14 out of 28 then, and we have, if my maths are correct, another 14 laps to go. And now battles going on with Joel Mollers and Marcel. These guys having a lovely scrap. We would have thought Joel would have been able to catch up, but he hasn't been able to win. Alfie Hudson 3 seconds harmony as well, but it is Rose, who was on for pole position earlier on and got it snatched away from Joel Mollers. I mean, in Rose's perspective, he would probably say he had it coming for him. But safety car has been deployed, everybody. Right, everybody. As the safety car gets ready to go in, it is lap 16 out of 28. 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix then. And now 18 drivers left. It is Rose then to lead his way from Bids. And lovely battle going on behind at the moment. Then lap 17 out of 28, and Mike and Major P4 and P5 having a scrap to take P4 in this Grand Prix at the moment. But up ahead as well, Sausage trying to get on the backside of Bids, and Rose got the start mastered then with a 1.1 second lead and advantage from Bids so far. Mike with a 3-second time penalty as we now head up to lap 18 after this lap, and 10 laps will be remaining of this Grand Prix. Brand then trying to overtake Major as well. The Ferrari getting the overtake done and dusted and clearing him as quickly as possible. Going on to the back straight now as well. Marcel getting overtaken by Talbot then in P14 as Mike now gets the overtake done on Sausage Joe. And Major as well getting the overtake. Trying to stay ahead, I think, of Finn. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but Finn drops down to P7 out of there, and Alfie Hudson down in P18 as well. William Talbot then with a 3-second time penalty, and a few time penalties coming in and in this race even here today. But battle still going on as we go around the final corner as Alfie Hudson gets a 10-second time penalty, everybody, which is going to really, really spoil that for him. But he is at the back, so it doesn't really matter. Lap 18 out of 28. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go of this Grand Prix, everybody. Out of session, Alfie Hudson, and to be fair, I do not blame him. That many penalties, there's no point. But Rose with a lovely, lovely start as Mike then, P2, Bids, P3, Sausage Joe, P4, and now trying to stay ahead. Then the battles keep continuing on. Oh my god, down the inside, Josh Rose come out of nowhere to take P8. Then Major P9 and trying to fight back again down the inside, but it is P9 has to settle for now. Paddy P10 also down at the back as well. Jam JJ P15 with the two McLarens of 16 and 17 of Talbot and Mitch even as Talbot trying to gain on Jammy through here to take P15 when he can. But we go around now to start lap 19 out of 28. And into the pit lane, William Talbot goes, everybody, as we see Joel Mollers as well. Dan up in P7, actually. Four drivers out of this race, and we have 16 left in it today. In the FRL TV chat, we have Ace's boy with the hello. It is good to see you, mate. So I've not been checking the other chats. Also in the YouTube chat, Kaira, hello man. It is good to see you as well, or Kyra, sorry. Hello, hello, hello. I haven't been checking the chats, that is my bad. But lap 19 out of 28 now, and Rose with a lovely lead still, leading the Grand Prix. 2.9 seconds now the gap, and 3 seconds now making that time up. And without the pressure of Joel Mollers, this is a bit easier. Major with a 3-second time penalty then in this race, but there is 8 laps to go, and we're nearing the end of it now as Marco is out and yellow flags are sent out as well. But it will not be any form of safety car then during that one, with 8 laps to go in this race, and yellow flag still being thrown out down the main straight as Mitchie goes and overtakes and now takes P15 and joins on at the back of the grid then. Rose is having a lovely race so far, and 2.8 seconds is the gap between him and second place, with obviously Mike's being second place and Bram behind in P3. Bids P4, then Sausage Joe P5, and Finn, then Joel Mollers in P7, who's trying to fight back, and he has got the car of Josh Rose trying to fight behind him, who he actually cannot defend from, as it's looking like so far. Down the inside of Josh Rose, and can he get the move done and dusted on his fellow driver? And yes, he can. Josh Rose getting up to P7 and overtaking Joe Mollers. Joe Mollers even through there, taking P7, his teammate P6. Paddy, P9 with FRL Big Balls then, P10 with Intensity just behind that one as well. Lap 21 out of 28, 7 laps to go. The laps are ticking down lap by lap, and the dropping like flies. It is Mitchie then, P14 at the moment, and we did lose another one of Castleman, Major Castleman down in P15, and that is 14 drivers to go and left in this race. 6 drivers who have retired, everybody leaving at the moment, and we only have 14 people left in this race. But Jemmy JJ with a 3-second time on the team. You know what, speaking of that, we will have a look at penalties, shall we? Penalties on the board so far. Penalties, it is 3 seconds. Everybody has a 3-second. It's Mike, Joe, Finn, Josh Rose, it is Intensity, and Jamie JJ as well with a penalty in this race. But it is Bids and Bran having a scrap, and Bids in P3 getting the move done and dusted for now. Bran P4 as we go back down to the bottom. Sausage Joe with a 3-second time, and to see everybody, that is the first driver with a 6 then in this race at the moment. And behind FRL, it is Marcel trying to join on the backside of the Aston Martin. Can we get a move done and dusted here? DRS is enabled, but Marcel is just a bit too quick then down the straight. And on the soft compound tyres, tries down the inside of the Aston Martin and gets the move into P11. Done and dusted there, taking P11 quite rightfully so in this race. Rose still now 3.5 seconds ahead of Mike. As Marcel with a 3-second time on it as well, and that is another 6-second we see in this race. Lots of 6-second penalties now coming about. Penalties have been, this race has been very rich on penalties, I can't lie. Many penalties in this race today, which has probably been the reason for a lot of people's absence as well, leaving. But it is all fun and games. Still got 14 people, lost 6 in this race, and battles going on behind as well of Marcel and Intensity. The Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull battling ahead. With we'll have a look. We got 6 laps to go then in this race. And Joel Mollers gaining on the backside of Finn. It's the 2 Haas cars then, P6 and P7. Joel Mollers, it is the comeback story then here today for him, and the comeback kid. We'll see what he can go ahead and do in the remaining laps of this race. The Mercedes gaining on the Haas's then as we head up towards turn 1 And Joe Mollers looking for the move down the inside of the Haas car of Finn. He puts his car down there. Can he get the move done undusted? Yes, he can. And he is past the first Haas now. Can he stay ahead? Yes, he can. Joe Mollers takes P7 and splits up the Haas cars for the first time in a good while. Now it is Mollers' chance then to try and get through past Josh Rose, who is just half a second up the road. And with about 5 laps even to go of this Grand Prix, Mollers just might well be able to get through past him. Josh looking to move down the inside of Sausage Joe. Joel Mollers dropping back a little bit, but he does see drivers ahead who are locking up, but he goes wide as well, which isn't ideal then. Towards the end of this Grand Prix, he needs to be on his A game then to try and get ahead and overtake back up to the top where he belongs. Rose still leading them with a 3.8 second advantage to Mike in second position. But Mr. Mollers is doing absolutely brilliant so far for saying that he dropped back earlier on. He's on the hard compound tyres and trying his best to find the grip to try and overtake the cars ahead of him. But we go into the final corner now and up towards turn 1 we go. The DRS is enabled for Mollers. Josh Rose with the DRS as well. Sausage with the Rose. Bram with the Rose even. Everybody with the... Bram with the Rose? What am I on about? Bram with the DRS even. I do not know what I'm on about. And Mollers just behind that. And we'll see if we can get the overtake done with 4 laps of this Grand Prix remaining. Sausage, Bran, all having a scrap then. In the end, at final stages of this Grand Prix, even Bran down the inside of Sausage Joe. Can he get the overtake done? It's very close, but he has to drop back there, and the Alpine just gets back in there through as Josh Rose behind that, and Joel Mollers in P7 trying to get the move as well. He might be able to get the inside line. Yes, he can on the Haas, and maybe the Ferrari as well. No, he has to drop back, but it is the 2 Haases that he's cleared. Yes, it is. For now, and it is the Mercedes Petrol SAMG that gets through and past the 2 cars of Josh Rose and Finn in the Haases. Joel Mollers with a lovely drive so far and taking P6 with Bran up ahead of him. He is on a roll and maybe just be able to get a few more overtakes before the end of this Grand Prix. Intensity with a 3-second time. Oh my god, he fell off my chair. Time penalty. And if I go on to penalties, we'll see what penalties are looking like at the moment. Then we have 3 drivers now with, 2 drivers with 6-second penalties of Sausage Joe and Intensity. The rest all on 3 at the moment. But as we head now down into the, obviously the back straight and into the back corner, we'll see what kind of overtakes we can see. Mollers gaining on Sausage Joe. The Mercedes on the Alpine then into the closing stage of this Grand Prix. Going round now to start lap 26 out of 28. And somebody has gone round at the back. It is Marcel as we continue watching this Mercedes Alpine fight. It is the battle for P3 then in this race and the battle for the podium. Every single one of these drivers wants a spot on that podium. And Mollers might just be able to be the man to do it. He's looking for the move down the inside there. The Alpine, but has to drop back. We do know that it is a good overtaking spot, though, in the second sector, and we'll have to see what they can do through there. Maybe through here, though, as Joel is gaining on the Alpine already out of the first few corners. And on the last few laps of this Grand Prix, Mollers might be able to do it. It is Marcel who retires in the pit lane, leaving us with 13 drivers. A lot of drivers out of today's race then, as we see Mollers gaining on the Alpine. I've said that a lot, but he actually is gaining now, and maybe down into this corner down the inside. Can he try? There's a massive gap down the inside there, but he has to stay back and doesn't get the overtake done just as of yet. As we go onto the back straight, remember, Sausage will have all the help in the world from the guys ahead, but Joel might be able to find it in him to get the overtake done. No, he cannot. The guys ahead of him are pulling away like mental then, and Brand on the outside line there. Sausage Joe trying to stay ahead. This is where Mollers gets in on the action then. Mollers in the background, overtaking one. Can he get the other then? Can it be two? A car's overtaken in two corners. He takes off the Ferrari, and that'll be it for Mollers then. He's dropping back already, taking P7. And Mollers has just ruined Brand's race. You could argue it was either one of them that did that. But for both of them, podium is not on the cards then in this Grand Prix here today, as we go on to the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix, and Rose is 4.2 seconds ahead of Mike, and he is driving an absolutely brilliant race then here in this Grand Prix, with Mike in second, obviously Bids third, and Sausage Joe 4 with the two Hasses behind that. And then comes Mollers, who went round, well, didn't go round actually, but took Brown off the track earlier on with a little stroll mid-race. But lap 27 out of 28, and the top two have broken away quite a lot, but the battle is still on for P3. Paddy with a 3-second time on the tee, nearing the end of this race. There is about 1.5 laps to go of this Grand Prix, and we see Rose heading towards the end of the second sector and heading into the final and third sector of this Grand Prix and this racing circuit then. We see Finn trying to make a move on Sausage Joe, but nothing comes out of it from there. As Rose crosses the line then to start the final lap of this Grand Prix. Lap 28 out of 28, and Rose has drove an absolutely lovely race here today. Obviously with the pressure from Mollers earlier on. But at the moment, it is going to go Rose's way. No penalties on the board for them either. The gap is 4.5 behind of Mike. And Mike has got a 3-second time limit as well. So Rose is in the clear then, heading through now the second sector of this track and down towards the first DRS detection zone. As we go round the left-hander now and on to the back straight. The last time of this weekend for him. Rose with a lovely, lovely race win then here today. Taking the win from Mike in second, then Bids in third, Mollers in four. It is Finn taking 5, Sausage Joe in 6th, Josh Rose 7, and the rest I will let you know in a few moments' time. As we now have the podium celebrations, everybody. Right, everybody, finish results even then for the Texas Grand Prix race. It is Rose with a lovely ending to that one, taking the lead and taking the win from everybody else. Mike in second then, and Bids to round off the podium here today. Joe Mollers taking P4 at the end of that one from Finn, then from Sausage Joe, then Josh Rose, Bran, Paddy, FRL Big Balls, and Jammy JJ to take P11. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure to do commentary for you today, and I'll see you all again next Tuesday. I'll see you then.